When was the last time someone asked you, not how are you doing, but how are you thriving? We're going to look at what the research actually says about human flourishing, challenge some of the cultural noise around what a good life is supposed to look like, and then I'll give you a real framework to build your own personal vision of thriving. Part 1. The problem with fine. Most people are living in what researchers call the middle zone. So before we can talk about thriving, we have to acknowledge. Part 2. What the research actually says. The first is Martin Seligman's PERMA model, one of the most widely cited models in positive psychology. He identifies 5 elements of well-being: positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. Then there's the work coming out of the blue zones, the regions of the world where people consistently live past 100 in good health. What's striking is that none of these long-lived, thriving people were optimizing in the way we typically think about optimization. Part 3. The cultural noise. Here's where I want to push back on something, because I think there's a lot of cultural noise around this topic that actually makes it harder to find your own answer. True thriving tends to be quieter than that. Part 4. Building your personal vision. Practical, grounded. Here's a framework I find genuinely useful. Domain 1. Body. Ask yourself, in an average week, does my body feel like an ally or an obstacle? Domain 2. Mind. Again, ask yourself, is my mind generally working with me? Domain 3. Emotions. Question yourself, do I have access to my emotional life, or am I cut off from it? Domain 4. Relationships. Ask yourself again, do I have people in my life I could call at 2 a.m.? Domain 5. Purpose. Finally, ask yourself, does my life have a direction that feels like mine? Now here's the exercise I'd invite you to do, not just file it away. Sit with each of those 5 domains and give it an honest score out of 10. Then look at the lowest score and ask, what is one thing that, if I changed it this week, would move that needle even slightly, helping you build the conditions, physical, mental, emotional, holistic, for your own version of a genuinely good life. What does thriving actually look like for you? I'd love to hear it in the comments.